Hello Gemini, I am Ulrich. I'm a Lenormand card reader, and today we will do the love card reading for Gemini for the month of December. But before we start, I will want to wish you happy holidays. I hope you all stay in very good health, and of course I wish you financial prosperity. Concerning the love life, I hope your lover stays close to you. If you don't have a lover in your life yet, I'm sure soon it will happen. Anyway, coming back to the card reading, as always, we will do 4 card readings for the sign of Gemini for the month of December. And these are based on the natural elements in your astrological chart, or for some of you on your time of birth. These basic elements are air, earth, water, and fire. Now, the 4 objects that you always see on my table are immediately connected to those elements. So you choose or you pick one that you think relates most to your personality, or you choose one you feel most comfortable with. This object of your choice, it should or it will relate the best to your current situation. However, if the object and the related video does not match your first choice, please check the other videos that are directly connected in the same session. I'm sure one of the 4 will fit you. Anyway, the matches represent the fire element, the stone represents the earth element, the aerosol sprayer represents the air element, and the shell represents the water elements. Also, I want to add, if you have questions, you can always post them below the videos. Anyway, Gemini, here we go for your love card reading for December 2021. Hello Gemini, and welcome to the Shell or the Water Group for your short love card reading for December 2021. As the first card we see here, the snake in combination with the ring. The snake is not a card that is really wanted in relationship. It's a very smart card, but in this combination, in general, the snake points to triangle relationship. So meaning that one of the both partners is most likely involved in another relationship, sometimes even in another marriage here. This is possible here. So we need to be careful here because high likely our lover is keeping secret. He's involved in an illicit affair. Sometimes also this points to relationships or marriages that are not honest. There is lying in the relationship. There's dishonesty. Sometimes there is relationships out of the marriage, several. So here we see that there is things going on here. Also, it points to infidelity here. This is what we are seeing here. Probably here, we should be very careful here. Maybe we know this is going on. If we don't know that this is going on, we should really look around us, take a deeper look at this relationship, because something is actually here going on here with this relationship. Anyway, sometimes also this points to a partner that likes to seduce other people. So here there could be seduction here. Maybe this is the nature of the partner. Of course, in marriages, this is very difficult, except of course, if the partner is aware of this and accept this. But this is of course not always the case, but in exceptional cases, it's possible. Anyway, it's also possible that this person is more relying or thinking about itself here. Sometimes also this points that our lover can turn into our enemy. This is what we are seeing here. But mostly with the snake, you are smart enough to see that this is going on. If you did not see this yet, you should investigate here because something is going on here with this combination. Anyway, sometimes also this points to a partner. If we have a partner that is in this relationship with goals that he or she want to achieve for their own. The commitment is not love. The person is in this relationship for a totally other reason than we think he is. He has his own hidden agenda, his own objectives. Mostly the snake is a very smart card. And also she keeps still. She don't react till there is action. So here we need to be very careful here with this combination. In a positive way, this could point that you visit somebody like a matchmaker, somebody who has a lot of experiences in relationship, and you visit somebody like a person who has experience or certain websites maybe that are specialized in relationships. This is then a totally different angle. This is then the positive, but mostly the snake is a difficult card in relationships. Then we have the ring and the garden. Here, normally, if this relationship is stable, this points to the next step. But since we have the snake there, I'm not sure here, because I think here this person belongs, the partner belongs to more than one partner. Actually, this is a card of group, several people. So here, this person belongs to certain groups. So here we need to see that we are very careful here with this relationship. If this is an official arrangement, we need to be aware that our partner might be involved with more than one person. This is not about one partner. This could be several here, several links to several people here with this combination. On another way, if we see this on the relationship front, if we now for a moment stop the relationship in itself, and we see this in relationships that we have as a person, here we see for ourselves that contract-wise on our work, we have an official agreement. Here we have a signed contract here with a partner. If this is on the work front, here we are urged to keep quiet and look around us. If this is a new contract, we need to slowly move in. In the beginning, maybe we need to observe. The snake is a very smart card for observing the work situation. And here we see that we slowly will grow into it. Actually, we need to wait till it's our time to move. We will get certain approvals for moving. So here we need to wait our time, but you will feel it for yourself here when you are to move. But actually for the work, this points on a very strong focus on the job. So here, if we have promises on the work floor, we will keep to those promises here with this combination here. Sometimes also on the work floor, we need to be careful here that we don't publish or say things that are connected to everybody. Sometimes we need to just keep quiet here in the beginning till we are sure exactly where we are, until we know for sure what is the common purpose, what is the group sphere, what is the social cohesion here. So we need to be checking this out first. Then we have the snake and the garden. We mirror those two cards here. It could be, that's why I told earlier, we need to watch out first, that in the work floor, around the work floor, there are some people there who are not 100% honest. You could encounter some people there who are very cunning. They are very smart and they have very strong ambitions. They want to grow. They want to grow and they want to move ahead. The snake can be very focused on reaching a target, reaching a goal, especially on the work floor. In another way, if this is you, it means you can have a very strong focus on your work. You can be as strong as the other one, but probably you will be confronted with people with their own agenda. So here with the snake, we see we have competition. We are not alone if we want to grow in our life. But on the work floor, you could be confronted with entanglements, intrigues, things that are going on, colleagues that have relationships with each other, secrets that are coming to you. So here we see that we are involved here in a lot of things here. Some people could be laying a trap for you. You need to be careful also because they are jealous. So they will not maybe directly reflect that they are jealous, but you can be sure here there is something going on. So you need to be smart. You will need to use your witness here because they could behave differently than they show themselves here. So be careful here with this combination also on the work. Wait it out and see, but here you focus on yourself here for your work. Anyway, here we see that we are very open here. We want to reach certain ambitions. We are very ambitious here in the work. If our work probably our work has to do also with the public. So it's possible also that we cannot share everything with the public. So if some information comes to us, maybe we cannot share everything or cannot put everything in public. Sometimes we need to keep probably things for ourselves, and everything could not be shared. For instance, if you have a job in public relations, you need to filter the information out that you can bring into the public. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. It's possible also that you need to spin the information around for bringing it out in a certain way. But the snake is smart. So if you have a communicative job here, you are very smart here for putting the words in the right connection and in the right way for bringing it out. This is a very diplomatic combination. Like, for instance, for a press officer, this is a very good combination. Anyway, on relationships here, we need to be careful and look around us. So Gemini, for the shell or the water group, this is all for this month. I hope you get a little bit wiser out of this short card reading. If you did, please subscribe to my channel. If this card reading don't fit you at all, please check out the other 3 card readings that are immediately connected to it. If you want more information in depth, you can check out the 9 card reading, and there you find everything worked out in depth. If you have interest in financial card readings, you can also find philosophical financial card readings on my on the side here. Anyway, I want to thank you for your time, and I'm sure we see each other in my other videos. Thank you, and bye-bye for now. Hello, Gemini, and welcome to the Air Group for your love card reading for December 2021. As the first card here, we see the coffin. The coffin is not an easy card in relationship. It means that the relationship is onto a transformation. It's possible that the relationship is in a standstill. You cannot move. There is like unmovability. The coffin is closed. So there could be like there's something like a psychological transformation going on. Maybe we don't want to move in this relationship, but actually inside ourselves, we know there's a lot going on. And it's like we are psychologically transforming. We are going from one level into the next level. It could be that we think nothing is ever changing here, but inside yourself, there's a lot going on. There's probably an end coming, but with the coffin, it comes slowly. So it's like you need to grow in this end slowly. You need to find a balance here. And if you found the balance, probably you can move on. But here in general, this points to an ending. It's possible also that we take some time off, time out of the relationship here. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. On the business front, it's possible that our business is in a standstill for a reason we cannot move. It's stagnant. Here we see it's like we cannot move. It's like there's a paralyzation in the relationship or on the work front here. This is what we are seeing here. It's possible the next level that we decide to stop it, but it's not sure. We are still transforming here, but it could be possible here that we are transforming here. If we take a better overview over the situation, maybe we need to take some distance. We need to take some distance and we need to think about it because probably we are nervous, and we need to take some distance for making sure that our decision is the right one. Sometimes with the coffin, a standstill is a good thing. Why? Because if we decide too fast, maybe it's the wrong decision. So we need to take some distance and we need to let our mind work. Gemini has a very active mind. And here we see that the wheels are turning in the head, but there is a kind of standstill and we need to overthink very good where we want to go. Anyway, if this relationship is very difficult and very stressing, it might be the best thing to move on, but it depends on the person here. Anyway, there will be some rethinking needing here from the relationship, because I'm sure here there's a lot of stress here in this relationship going on. In another way, another point of view here is, if this is, for instance, a couple and they were in a relationship, it's possible that one of both partner is passed away. but of course it will not apply on everybody. And I have only a few cards here, so I cannot make a reading, but since the coffin is also related to that, I'm mentioning it here also. So then here, that could prove that we have a difficult time. We are in a period of transformation, and this whole thing is very stressing us. We are suddenly alone, we are suddenly faced with responsibility, and this could be where the stress is coming from. Also, if this is an end of a marriage, we are already in that condition. It could point that this gives us stress, we come again in a different level here. It could really work a little bit on our health, and we could have really difficulties to move. It's like we are in a standstill physically and mentally here. But in some cases, this points to a widow or a person who is in a widow or a widower. If we are in certain contracts and we are feeling that the end is near, probably it will be here, if we are already feeling it coming. Or maybe we want to end something here with the combination. If we were in a relationship before and this relationship is ended, here we see there is some grief about it. There is grief about the relationship, that this relationship is dissolved, that the link is broken here, that we are no longer together here. There's a shared grief here. Also other people, they feel our grief and they connect to us. There's a lot of communication probably with people about this. Then we have the ring and the birds here. Here we see on the work front, if we want to check out of this contract or end this contract, here we see that we negotiate. Here we are strongly urged to negotiate. Even though we feel less energetic, we see that we need to come up for our rights, because here the ring is about honesty, justice, and we need to see that we need to come up for our right. The ring is connected to justice, to the balance, so we need to come up for our rights. If not, it could be difficult. But here we need to see that we go out there in a harmonious, in a diplomatic way, because the ring wants to be in balance. It wants to be that everything is balanced out, that you have your rights if you move on there, especially if it's related to the work. You will discuss here, some of these negotiations will be heavy, and you will need to discuss here. There's tensions, this will be tensions, and sometimes it's like you will be facing a wall, but you will need to face the wall here. It's not because you think it's not moving, it still has an effect, because you need to be considerate here that for you, it could have a long during effect. If you don't negotiate well now, sometimes here after we have the consequences. So sometimes here, if you see it goes nowhere, what you can do, you can stall. You can stop the negotiations here for a while, and then after you can enter them again. Don't do anything in rush here. This is what we are seeing here, but the whole thing probably makes you nervous here with this combination here. Anyway, here we could have both here. We could have some stress on the work, and if we are then entangled in difficult relationship, it's a little bit of both here. We could feel a little bit fickle here, and the whole thing could cause high stress levels. Sometimes Gemini is already nervous from its own. It's a very active sign, and if it's not guided in the right directions, they can be very nervous. They have a very active mind, and it could cause nerves and stress here. This is what we are seeing here. Anyway, also don't make any promises too quickly. Here, this is what we see here also, because in the beginning it will already be a little bit chaotic, and don't make promises because you want to get out because it's chaotic. In the beginning, you will see that things are not hanging together, but as you move, it will be better. Then we have the coffin and the birds on itself. So these two cards, we mirror them now. Here we see that, as I said earlier, if we don't know anymore where to go, don't say yes, stall it. Stall the communication. It could be a good thing to do. And after a while, it's possible that you find a consensus, a common field here for renegotiation here. And we start to talk again. So here, it could go on you could this could be an efficient way to solve it here. You need to literally take some time off and evaluate the situation, but it could have a certain effect on your stress level. Maybe you feel it in your breathing here. Sometimes you get nervous if you're talking, you talk in a nervous way, you are worried here, and these worries are probably founded. They are. So you cannot move too fast with this combination. Anyway, if you notice also that people gossip about you, probably also you will make an end to that. If the situation there on the work is difficult here, you will end that also. If then people gossip also, it gives an additional thing. It's possible also some combinations on social media that you lock out some people or you stop with some people here for communicating. Anyway, this is something difficult here that is going on and we need to overcome. Probably also you, if a partner would have passed away or a lover has gone out of your life, it could bring you some memories back here, and these memories also could cause a certain grief here over you with this combination. Anyway, we will be very hyper alert, very nervous here with this combination. There comes here a slow ending here, but probably things will end here with this combination. We need to complete this circle here, but we need to do it in a negotiable way here with this combination. If you know that people gossip about you and they ask you about grief, you probably will not be willing to share it also with this combination. Anyway, maybe you need to focus here on letting it go on the long run, but if there is something involved financially that is important to you, you need to negotiate here, because else this could have an effect on you. So Gemini, for the air group, this is all for this card reading. If you want more information about this, we deepen this more out in your 9-card reading. If you have interest in that, you can check the 9-card reading there where I deepen it more out. Also, we do the financial card readings, the philosophical financial card readings, and you can check those also out. You can also find them on my channel. Anyway, I want to thank you for your time, and I'm sure we see each other in my other videos. Thank you for your time, and bye-bye for now. Hello, Gemini, and welcome to the Stone or the Earth group for your love card reading for December 2021. As the card, the first card here, we see the Tower. The Tower is a very serious card. It's possibly means that somebody, the Ring is a card that returns, and the Tower is that we are confronted with things out of the past. So these are two cards that are returning. So probably we are confronted with a relationship out of the past, or we re-engage with a relationship here. This points mostly to legal contracts, to official contracts, because this is like Venus and Saturn, this is the legalization of a contract or a business contract. We are confronted here with contracts that or promises that we made before. Probably they are related to abroad or to business. Anyway, we go in more details here. Here, this points also that this relationship is quite supporting. In business, this is a very good relationship. It could be a little bit cool, it could be a little bit distant, but business-like, this is very good. These people, if they do business together, they know exactly what they're doing. They are a very good couple here for doing business. They know exactly, they fill each other. One fills the legal side and the other makes the balance here. This is a very good combination. Anyway, this can also point to government contracts, to high business corporations deal, because the Tower is high. So this can point to important, high influential contracts, mostly to do with money, business, or something in that. Sometimes this is also banking. These two then can point to banking. So here we see that we strive, we keep this relationship, we strive. If this relationship is not yet consolidated, we will try to officiate it here. This is what we try. If here we see this is a very important connection here, and we are very rational about it. We think logical, and this is what we want. We are not very emotional about this relationship. It doesn't mean that this marriage or this relationship don't work. It can work very well. But especially on the business front, this is very good. This is very good for business because both of the partners here, they have a very rational way of thinking. They will not make loose promises. They will make very consolidated promises, and they will keep to these promises. If this is going from an engagement into a marriage and this is forced, this could mean that one of the partners is not yet ready to commit. Maybe it's the journey is not yet far enough evolved. So we cannot force the tower. The tower is ruled by Saturn, and you cannot force Saturn. It comes in a certain time, and here also the ring, it wants balance. So here we need to see that everything is well balanced out. It's not said that it's not gonna come, that's something else. But here we need to see that everything comes at the right time. For man, specifically then, it could mean that they literally belong to a high-placed club because the tower is high. He has an overview. Then this could mean for important business contract. This could mean that you could belong to the old boys club, a selective club here that belongs to maybe banking sector, business sector here. For women, the same. They belong to exclusive female clubs, and these clubs are only for women. So they are very selective here, man or women. This is what we see here. Then we have the ring and the ship here. Here we see that there is a business connection between the two partners here, with abroad, with money. There's a very strong focus in there. There's a longing for getting this business really off the ground, but it really need to be balanced out here. Excuse me. Here also it means that we have inclinations, or we have interest in a relationship with a foreign partner. Maybe this person has a foreign culture, maybe he has foreign roots, he or she, sorry, and we want to engage here with this partner, but it's possible also that this person has a different skin color. This is what we see here with this, but there's a like something foreign, exotic is going on here. On the business front, this can point to an international agreement that we make with certain partners. There's a distance relationship. Sometimes this point also that the partners cannot be together for the moment, that there is a distance, maybe because of the work, maybe they are focused on the work and they cannot be together for the moment. Anyway, here also it points to that they are, it's also possible that these people prepare for a trip. So this points to two people who are very organized. And if they are planning to go on a trip, they will need to see that each other's agenda is fixed out together. So this is very well planned here. Here we make plans. This is what we see here also. So this is the advantage. There are a lot of advantages in this combination, but it could be a little bit organized. But organization is not necessarily a bad thing. Anyway, if we choose here, we see that we go on a shared adventure, but we know what we are committing ourselves to if we are going on a trip. And we know when it takes place, everything will be organized, strict here. We share, we know it's time for both of us to undertake this trip, but it will be very organized here. Anyway, then we have the tower and the ship. We're gonna mirror these two cards now. The tower and the ship here also, it points to a strong longing for undertaking business. It's not excluded that you have been in this place before. Maybe you have been there a long time ago. Maybe you have been there as a child, but it's like there is a connection here between things out of the past and now. It's something here and it affects your business. Maybe this is the reason why you engage with this person. There is some kind of familiarity here that we are seeing here. Anyway, this also points that if we take this decision, we are well guided, we are well protected, and we will protect ourselves also. But it's possible also that sometimes we are confronted here with a little bit being alone or loneliness here. Anyway, it could also point that we take the next step in our life. We higher up our status and we leave certain things of our past behind. And we might consider on the long run for moving away to a far place. If this really works out and this is really what you want, sometimes this points also to citizenship, to change of citizenship, visa requirements. This is what we are seeing here. This could mean that you could stay for a longer time in this place, but this will not only be for relationship, there will also be business involved. Sometimes you will be lonely. Probably you are alone in the business, but sometimes also this points to a person who is high placed in the business because the tower is high. So here, this points, sometimes if we are in a higher position in our life, it brings some solitude. We are obligated to keep some distance from certain people because we are in a higher place. This could be in banking, this could be in business, it could be in several things here that we are seeing here. Tax also, tax office, banking. Anyway, there's always progress here, moving forward. There's a lot of longing here for moving forward in the life. The tower can really push us here forward here because it is on the long run. This is a project on the long run here that we are seeing here. Anyway, here we see that the partners are very controlling. They need to be very controlling here. There's a very controlling element here that we are seeing here. Also, they are very proud to be in this relationship together if they are. This is what we see here also. Sometimes this combination here, the ring and the tower, it can also point to sexuality here. I forgot to mention that earlier. Anyway, Gemini for the stone group, this is all for now. I hope you get a little bit wiser out of this short love card reading. If you did, please subscribe to my channel. If this card reading don't fit you at all, check the other 3 that are connected here. I'm sure one of the 4 will fit you. If you want more information in depth about what is going on here, you can always check on my channel the 9 card reading I do for your sign. If you want information about the financial side, we do short financial card readings also. Anyway, I want to thank you for your time, and I'm sure we see each other in my other videos. Thank you and bye-bye for now. Hello Gemini, and welcome to the Fire Group for your short love card reading for December 2021. As the first card here, we see the stars. The stars is a very good card for having in relationships. It means that we wish for a relationship, and also it means that the wishes are fulfilled. We are very much interested for going in a relationship or for staying in this relationship. Most likely this is a very intimate and romantic relationship here that we are having here. This is a personal relationship here. Also, there's a lot of forgiveness, understanding in the relationship here. This is what we are seeing here. Also, there's openness in the relationship. We are not really feeling like we are chained. Sometimes for Gemini, it's important that he wants to be committed, but it's also important for him or her to feel free. And here, this is a very good combination for that. There's an openness in the relationship here. And the openness and the feeling that they are committed, the coming home feeling is always here. Like Gemini, he likes to go out, but he wants a place where he comes home. So this is what we are seeing here. He goes on an adventure, but he needs to ensure that the woman, for saying it in an old-fashioned way, she's waiting in the house on him, that the house is still there and everything is okay there, but he wants to be committed also, and he wants to be free. Anyway, there are certain dreams here that we have here with this combination. Sometimes also this points that we get jewelry from our partner, we get a present here. This is what we are seeing with this combination. Anyway, this is a very good, excellent relationship. There are high hopes. If there are contracts, these contracts are honored, they are respected. The contracts here, the stars also point that we commit to these contracts. Sometimes also it points to the renewal of the contracts. This is what we are seeing here. If things were a little bit difficult before, the stars, they forgive. They let us move on, and we can move here to the next stage. We will forgive, we will move on here. We have faith in this relationship, and we trust in it here for moving on here in this relationship if there would have been a problem. But actually on relationship, this is a very good combination. Then we have the ring. And you see here, I put them both here. I take one out, but this is a neutral card. This is the person. So it applies on the man and the woman because we do general readings here. So here we see that this points to our partner to be. This could mean that we are about to engage, or that we are married. Here we go in the next stage of the relationship, but it could mean that we are already married. If not so, we are considering here in a serious way to have a fixed dedication to our partner here. We want to be bound, connected to this person here. There is some kind of fixed relationship here. There's harmony. The bridge is already here because the ring is the bridge between the person here. We depend on each other here. This is what we are seeing here. Sometimes, if this is the start of a relationship, the ring makes the bridge. So it means if this is the start, it could be the restart. So here it's possible that we met this person before. We already know this person. Something happened before. We forgive and forget, and we go back in the relationship. It's probably not been a heavy situation before, but maybe something get loose. Maybe the fire went out, or because we're in the fire group here. And here we see that for some reason here, the relationship is renewed here. This is what we are seeing here. Anyway, it could also point that we have a difficulty to decide for staying in the relationship. This card is ruled by Venus, and sometimes Venus has difficulties to commit. So here we see that one day it's okay, and the next day then we think it's like we doubt. But actually, we should have trust in this relationship, especially with this, with the stars here, which is a very good card. Mostly, sometimes this points also to the birthday of the person, and sometimes things go in the next stage around the birthday. Then for Gemini here, it could be fixed, but you are already underway here for committing here. This is what we are seeing here. Anyway, this is a very good combination here. Anyway, you need to, if you make certain promises, don't talk out of your mouth here. Don't talk lightly. Keep, if you make promises here, it's very important here that you keep the promises that you make here. This is what we are seeing here. But the partners here have a lot of connections, especially with Gemini. Gemini is a well-connected sign. We know that Gemini has a communication everywhere. He has from up to down here. We see that this person is very well connected. This is what we are seeing here with this combination. Then we have the stars and the person cards. We mirror them now towards each other, and here we see that the persons support each other here. If a certain person want to make certain business, I just give an example because sometimes the ring points to contracts. Let's assume that one of the both wants to be have an independent business or want to go in a job. The other one will be very supportive. They will support the other one to take the next step. They trust in each other here. One of the both could have very clear ideas. So it's like they feel what is coming. It's like very clear thinking here. Sometimes also already the next level, like clairvoyant, this could also be, but of course it will not apply on everybody. But also this points to realism. Gemini can be a very realistic sign, very with the feet on the ground, because he's ruled by Mercury, and Mercury can be very neutral. He can take distance in relationship and in business. He knows exactly what he wants and how to trade. So here there's a very clear, realistic thinking here with this combination. This points also to a very good businessman. Also, Gemini can take various personality. So he will adjust also to the situation. He will balance here, especially with the ring. He will make the balance here. This is what we are seeing here. So Gemini, for the fire group, this is all for this short love card reading. I hope you get a little bit wiser out of it. If you did, please subscribe to my channel. If this card reading don't fit you at all, check the other three that I'll connect here in the same session. I'm sure one of the four will fit you. If you want more information in depth about relationship or your personal life, you can check the 9 card readings on my channel here, of course. If you are interested in financial information, we do also short financial card readings, and you can find this also on my channel. Anyway, I want to thank you for your time, and I'm sure we see each other in my other videos. Thank you, and bye-bye for now.